Hi Taurus, welcome to your October 2015 Alchemy Scope. So if you've tuned in before, you realize that I'm doing this in a new format. So the last 2 months I've been doing this kind of live stream sort of video record to get the holistic spread all together, to get all the elements of the 6-point Alchemy Scope together. And actually it's quite comfortable to do it this way, but most likely there's going to be some transition with the Alchemy Scopes of some sort. I liked the way they used to be filmed. So either I'll go back to that, or there might actually be some bigger thing that's happening. We'll see. Some shift that needs to occur with it, and it's marinating, okay? But for now, this feels really, really good. So I hope you enjoy these kind of more casual live streams. So the other thing, as you can hear in the background, is I'm really desiring to play some music tonight. It is the night of the new moon. It's happening in about 4 hours, 4.5 hours. And I'm listening to the wonderful Robert Glasper. And this album is called Live at Capitol Studios. And this particular piece, it's going to thread through. So we're going to listen to him the whole time. I hope you like some jazz. But this piece is called The Worst, which might sound like a depressing title, but it's such a beautiful piece. He's fabulous. So let's get started. You know, I hope you're doing well. It has been a strong month for many. If you are requiring clarity, if you're desiring to get clarity around what is activated for you now, because it is a strong energetic month, we are having some upgrades occur. Our frequencies literally are raising. The planet's frequency, the Schumann resonance of the planet has gone up. I think in April, it was measured at 16.5 from the standard that it's been holding at 7.83 hertz. So the Earth is raising its frequency, and thus so are we. We are part of the Earth, part of many different beings on this planet. So we are shifting and changing, and there's a surge in the energy shift that's going on now. And recently we had some solar flares occur that we have, you know, solar flares occur, but it is correlated with seemingly coming from many different channels and many different elements of information coming forward, and very resonant with my own sensory knowing, my own intuitive knowing, my own, anybody tuned in can sense the extremity of shift that's underway, right? So the end of this month, we will have kind of a culmination point. This wave is cresting, and there's going to be a bit of the tipping point. It's intense. So if you are finding that you are you have confusion about what this time frame and what this eclipse season, which is correlated here, is activating for you in particular, what wants to be eclipsed out, what wants to be birthed, I am offering 90-minute in-depth Skype sessions to look at your soul print and to take a look at what exactly now is being exacerbated for you to have movement on, okay? So let's get into it. So we're here at the new moon. It's in Virgo. It is a partial solar eclipse. It's occurring in the southern hemisphere down in Africa, Madagascar, and Antarctica. So we're not able to see the eclipse here in the northern hemisphere. It's happening at 20 degrees Virgo. And as you know, we're going to go into the symbology. So the Sabian symbol that is encoded at the degree point of 20 degrees Virgo, which is the point of our new moon, and thus the new energetic cycle for the next 29 days or so, is a girls' basketball team. When we look at symbology, we need to look at what it means. So what is the symbol a girls' basketball team saying? Well, we can break it up into parts. A girls' basketball team is a group of girls or women getting together in unity, in a collective, in community, as a team to play the game. Now, life itself is indeed a game. And the fact that this particular symbol is so imbued in this very thickly storied time frame of September for us, and energetically thick time frame of September, is interesting, because the new paradigm of all of us is intrinsically tied to the emergence of the feminine, and especially groups of women getting together. And by the way, this isn't just the emergence of the feminine in women. This is the emergence of the feminine principles that are direly lacking in our whole systems, which have now been reduced into parts. So this is interesting. So women getting together, or girls getting together as a team and going out to play the game. Okay, so there might be benefit in that. So let that sit with you and see how that feels. Maybe it's resonant for you on a personal level. Maybe it's resonant for you on a collective level as well. So that's the Sabian symbol. So that's for all of us for the next 30 days, 29 days or so. We have that theme. Now for you, Taurus, I pulled up, as you know, the I Ching that is representing your kind of Taurian micro energy set. So over the course of this next cycle, what energies are playing out for Taurians? And you received number 61, centering in truth. And the two, so the hexagram is 6 lines. The 2 trigrams are elements of nature. Wind above, lake below. That is the 2 elements coming together to make centering in truth. Okay, so I'm reading this from the Visionary I Ching, and it is: truth involves establishing an aware relationship between your inner core and your outer circumstances in your life. Centering in truth involves the ability to perceive a fundamental wisdom reflected within yourself as well as in others. Truth is transformed into power when you disperse all prejudice and make yourself receptive to the world as it really is. This power can be a remarkable force indeed, yet is far more rare than generally imagined. It can be maintained only by cultivating a genuine openness to the way things are, a willingness to see rather than merely look. Whenever your inner life is clouded, your influence in the world is under a shadow. If you are fearful, you will be attacked. If you cloak genuine mysteries and dogma, opportunities for new insight will be lost. Yet, when you are firm and strong, the power of truth can break through even the most stubborn minds. In any debate, the power to perceive the truth in the other side's argument is essential to achieving success. It is possible to influence even the most difficult people or improve the most difficult circumstance through the power of universal truth. Cultivate this inner resource and you will become adept at using it to relate to others with a common purpose. Okay, Taurus. So let's move on. So that's the micro theme for you, the energetic theme. So let's go ahead. I've already done my shuffle using my Siri deck again, my own personal deck. Let's go ahead and pull your spread, Taurus. Let's see what's happening. And now a reminder that when I am shuffling, when I'm pulling the spread for any sign, I'm asking to see an event or a circumstance or a situation that is likely to unfold for at least the majority of Taurus-centric people, in order to, exacerbate growth and evolution. Now, Taurus, I have to tell you, you're receiving some of the same cards as Scorpio. Not all, not nearly all, but there's a couple of key ones here. Okay, let me take a look. You're going to be discovering something this month. There's something, Taurus, that's going to be discovered. Something's going to come to the surface. You're moving into a cycle where there's less deception, meaning self-deception emotionally, but you also might believe or feel that there's less deception coming at you from other. So there's a clarity of emotions. There's something coming to the surface that's going to bring something to light, bring something to truth for you, which is good, very good thing. You might be cautious. You might have some caution or a way of thinking that's going to hold you back a little bit from how you express yourself with others, with friends, with community, with those who you relate with. I'll show you some of these cards in a second, but let me kind of discern what's happening here. So I'm just taking a look at this bottom sector, which is your body, but it's also your 3D reality. It's like physical, your security, it's your home, it's your possessions, it's your body, it's physical stuff, it's your physical reality. You're wanting to birth anew You're wanting to birth anew from a time of being ill or sick or in a space of dis-ease. So it might be that some of you out there have had some physical stuff come up, and now is a theme. Now during this next cycle, you're going to be in a state of moving into the new, moving into the new self, moving out of illness perhaps and into a state of greater health. Or, and it could also be, by the way, Taurus, that if you've had some shifts happening, some things that have dissolved and some new things in your life emerging, whether it's a new home or a new community, like maybe you relocated, or something with a job. It could even be a job, or something with family. But you're going to be like asking for something new. Like you're going to be in a greater state of confidence in asking for what you want to come into being. And this seems to have to do with what's been toxic and what's been sick. And so it could be that you've been sick, or it could be that somebody else in your reality's been sick as well. But it's also what's been toxic in your life. Like what elements have been toxic that are now maybe dissolved and now are creating the opportunity for this new birth coming into play. Something is being generated for you now, which is a good thing. So there's something that you're going to discover that is going to bring into being something new that is coming into play after something toxic has been removed or is being removed. There's something that's going away, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a healthy thing for it to go away. And again, there's less deception going on. So there's something about Taurus, you getting emotionally clearer, which is a good thing. Very good thing. Again, though, you're going to have some caution still in your mind. So there's going to be some caution, maybe like a little bit of a lack of trust about the signs that you perceive, things, information that you've been getting that maybe have been deceptive. You're going to be in a space of discerning that. So you're going to be mentally in a state, now this is an ugly card, don't be too afraid of it, but this is a state of being aware, be aware, right? Being cautious, being discerning. I would say being a little defensive too, but this is like caution. So you're going to be in a state of caution about what you perceive is the right path, or the signs that are telling you go this way, go that way. And it's tied to this deception. So it's almost like, this is what I'm getting, Taurus, that you're getting clarity during the cycle, and you are in a state of finding new realities, finding new understandings about what was toxic, what was deceptive. You're still mentally in a state of some caution about the signs that have come forward, or the messages that have come forward. You might be not fully believing them at this time. It has to do with your state of freedom as well. So it has to do with how you feel expanded, how you are yourself, how you are yourself. So it might be that in community, in a group, because it's definitively tied here. So in your community, and again, this could be a work community, this could be a neighborhood community, this could be an online community even. But in your community, you're going to have some resistance, some caution, some discernment coming up around how free you're able to be within that group at this time. And it might be that in a community, there was some deception, or there is a little bit of deception that you're starting to perceive. And that's putting the caution in your mind. So it's not like, it maybe isn't that deception is lessening within you, it's that there has been some deception. So a little bit of deception has come to the fore. And the now card is coming up as well. So now there is a little bit of deception coming up for you. That is a finding, it's a discovery, and it's toxic. And you're going to be asking, Taurus, for some of you, again, this is a general reading, but you are going to be asking what the intention was. You're going to be trying to figure out why. Why did that happen? What's going on here? Why would you do that? Why would you lie? You know? And with this community, with this group, you're going to have some inherent caution that comes up about your interactions with this person or the group itself, like maybe the people as a whole. That's what's coming up. So you are going to discover something. There is a deception that comes to the play. Somebody lied in a group, and you're going to be wondering, what the heck was that? Why? You know, why did that happen? So that could be coming up for a portion of you out there, Tauruses, for this particular cycle. So let's take a look at your Doreen Virtue Ascended Masters deck. And we're going to see what master is coming forward for Taurus. Taurus. Beautiful. Find the blessing in the current situation, Krishna. So this is about recalibrating your perception about what's happening in your life as a whole. Find the blessings, because everything has function, as you've heard me say before, everything. So the things that we perceive as negative are little deaths that have to occur in order to push us for growth. There is always a blessing, in fact, many blessings in every situation that occurs. If this particular theme of deception coming up in a group is testing you, find the blessing in that situation. What is the lie? What is the deception showing you about yourself? If you're triggered by a deception, Look within. What is it teaching you? What is it showing you? Because all relationships or all events that occur are pictures that show us things that we are resonant with, that we are triggered by. Okay? So find the blessing. What is it that particular circumstance, or again, life in general for you, right? This is just one particular situation that's coming up perhaps. But in that particular, if that situation is one that's really activating you, yeah, look deep within and see what it is. What good is coming out of it? What good is coming out? So this is Carolyn Mrs. Archetype card, and we're going to pull your quality set that's wanting to be evolved through you this month, Taurus. Taurus. The Fool. She describes it a little bit differently than the tarot, so let me read it here. This is Carolyn Miss. Fearlessly revealing emotion. See, interesting, because deception came up in the emotional sector. Fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. So, dear Taurus, guess what? This could be directly speaking to you to find not only the blessing in the situation, but the evolution of your humor, to take things lightly. If there's been a deception in a group, with a group of friends or whatever, this local network or community that is triggering you, find the lesson in it and become the fool. Find the humor in it. Find the humor in the hypocrisy, because it's just showing you what you do or don't resonate with and what you do or don't want to mature within yourself. This is a beautiful card. This is gorgeous. So Fool, laughing at hypocrisy. So Taurus, there's two more pieces to your, I'm adding, I've had this week some amazing, unusual experiences with animals. And so I really was called to bring in the spirit animals. And this is Stephen Farmer. As you know, it doesn't come with cards. This is it's a reference book for when we engage with animals in nature. And I'm just gonna leaf. See what comes for Taurus. Seahorse. Let me read it. Let me show it to you and then I'll read it. So Taurus, seahorse, and this is a special message for you here. Taurus, you're being called upon to sacrifice your own needs at this time to be in service to another person or to a cause. This is a good time to experiment switching gender roles, doing things that you would ordinarily think of as belonging to the domain of the opposite sex. Volunteer some of your time to a service organization. You're about to go on a quest or spiritual pilgrimage of some sort. So prepare yourself by being open to the opportunity when it surfaces. This feels juicy for you. Seahorse, Taurus. This feels very juicy for you. I will tell you, in my Scorpio reading that I just conducted, service also came up very strongly there as well. So beautiful. So let's pull up this final component for you, wonderful Taurus. So the last component of your alchemy scope is the Dakini Goddess, with using Penny Slinger's 64 Dakini Oracle. This is the embodiment, who to become this month during this cycle for you to move through with least effort and with optimal bliss. And you received a gorgeous Dakini, number 53, Shamanic. Okay, and I'm reading here, this is Penny Slinger. Shamanic, she practices earth medicine, employing the smoke of her fire to contact the air of the spiritual realms. She represents the shamanic approach to spirituality. The shaman builds invisible bridges to other dimensions in order to heal or receive various kinds of guidance from spiritual entities. She is the bridge maker between worlds. Shamani practices earth medicine, employs sacred ritual, works with the medicine wheel, the elements and directions, and the medicine animals or totems. She sees visions in the smoke and she travels astrally to fulfill her vision quest. Now I will say, Scorpio got 28 Dreamer, which was all about the astral, but also dreaming in the imaginal realm of the mind. But very interesting that there's these two kind of service themes and two deep connection to spiritual kind of consciousness realms. I just want to point that out to you, especially in case you have Scorpio as another key element within your natal chart. She is entrusted with the spiritual and often material well-being of the tribe. Okay, so we have that community card in there, yeah? And she knows how to communicate with the spirit guides and ancestors. She ingests, imbibes, inhales those substances offered by nature in order to open the connection. The shamanic path is common to the spiritual life of most indigenous peoples. It is time for us all to walk again in the shaman's path, which honors the spirit in all things. So there's a couple interesting things. I just want to stop there for a second. Because you had the signs card, I mean, the fact that you have community and you have signs and signals, which is connections from spirit, and you also have the beware and the freedom card in that sector. Listen, Taurus, this is what I'm going to say. You could be experiencing, if it's not a deception within a group, a physical group, a human group that you interact with, if that's not the thing coming up for you, you know, it could be that you're feeling a sense of deception emotionally about the signs that you're getting from your spirit guides at this time. And that's a discovery. Like, you're going to discover connections to other realms that you didn't know you had, or they're going to make themselves present for you to see, something like that. But you know what? That could be what's going on for some of you. So it could be that deception's occurring with a group, or it could be that you're feeling that there's deception because you're starting to have experiences that are showing you other realities. But the fact that Shamani is the embodiment for you to take on this month, I want you to really drink this in. In the sky above, the eagle and the condor fly in fulfillment of the Inca prophecy that when they fly together, the earth will awaken. The eagle is the north, the modern technological world. The condor is the south, the way of the indigenous peoples. It is said it will herald the beginning of the fifth sun. We are moving into the fifth dimension. We already are moving into it, but there is going to be a culmination at the end of this month. So this is really powerful for you. Very powerful. Two hummingbirds act as messengers to the sun, moon, and stars. She has rattle and drum. She smudges the sacred area with the smoke of sacred herbs. She evokes the spirits and enters the trance of the oracle, the vision quest of the healer. I'm going to read just the last two sections, okay? So the Dakini transmission that Penny writes is, I am here to bring you visions in the smoke, to dance the medicine wheel, where spirits, human, and animal combine to work the sacred magic of the heavenly and earthly net where all intertwine and sing the sacred songs and dance the sacred dance. Beautiful. The affirmations for you this month. I am not alone. I have many invisible friends. Okay, so I'm flooded right now, absolutely flooded with tingles, with sensation. My body is flooded right now. So I'm going to read that again. I am not alone. I have many invisible friends, Taurus. Spirits and animal helpers waiting to assist me. I am open to their guidance and their blessing. I believe I can communicate with the spiritual realm for the benefit of all. Find the humor in things. Be light. Try not to feel that maybe some experiences that you're having are deceptive. Maybe, you know, move into the space, Taurus, of, hold on a second. Because it might feel for you that you do feel some of this new birth, like some of this new stuff coming into your reality is toxic, but it's, be open to the discovery. Be open to the discovery of what might be unfolding for you this month. Listen, the life is changing. Life as we know it is changing. Humans are changing. The earth is changing. What we have been kind of, the framework of life that we've been, I don't know, taught to believe is true and is real, is collapsing rapidly. So we're moving into a completely different level of understanding life, of you know, we are magical beings. Life is magic inherently. And it could be, Taurus, that your earthly kind of, you know, physical reality orientation might put you into spaces of doubting or thinking something's deceptive and it's not real, but it might be real. In fact, it most likely is real. And this is your growth edge. This is your growth edge. So, wow, that is beautiful. Let me turn down Robert. Fabulous Robert. That piece is live on KEXP, full performance. All of this is live. Gorgeous. So Taurus, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you so much love. I send you so much love. If I didn't mention it, did I mention it at the beginning of this video that I'm offering 90-minute in-depth Skype sessions to get you clear on what is happening for you this month, distinctly you. And it's important, actually. I mean, harness these energies. You want to go there. You want to actually get deep. So if you're called at all to find out more about what's going on for you and what's calling to be eclipsed out and what's calling to be grown for your evolution, contact me for a session and do it soon so we can get you scheduled in, okay? A big month. I send you so much love, and until the next video or the next Alchemy Scope, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.